Hello everyone, welcome back to Pikmin 3. In last part we first got to the Twilight River, and in this part we are going to rescue and recruit the flying Pikmin. Or no, they're winged Pikmin specifically. It's weird that they're not called pink Pikmin, because that's just what I think of them, because the rest of them are all called by their colors. I guess except for rock Pikmin, but they're, I feel
Rock's not a color.
I feel like calling them black Pikmin would be a little awkward, so
Why? They're black.
okay, that's fair.
Black's a color.
You're a color.
Like, yeah.
You're green now, John.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Oh geez. Did that radiation bath not go?
I'm secretly Jonathan Jones.
Jonathan Jones? Okay. You see, that's fitting, because this is a game about aliens.
Yeah, but none of them are shapeshifters as far as I know.
Yeah, but that's the thing about a shapeshifter, is you can never know if someone is one.
No, you can know if someone's a shapeshifter or not because you see them shapeshifting.
Yeah, but the idea is that anybody could be a shapeshifter and you wouldn't know it.
You can't at a glance identify a shapeshifter.
Unless if they're really bad at it.
Or they have an adverse effect to fire. Like cook something around them and see if they squeal.
You can tell someone's a shapeshifter if John walks into a room and he's just got a full head of hair. That's how we know that
Yes.
that's a shapeshifter.
They only had a high school photo from 2005 to go off of.
You had hair in 2005?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't start losing hair until 2012.
Oh, okay. So wait, so if I go and look at old SGP stuff, you'll have hair in that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna need to do that. I don't know.
I mean, don't.
Don't?
But...
Okay. Was my hair long? No, in 2012, my hair was probably
Your hair was never short, except for one brief period that I vaguely recollect.
So my parents never liked my long hair. When I was in high school, it would get to shoulder length, and then they'd nag me about it to the point where I would let them cut it, get it, or make me get it cut, I guess is the best way to put it. So the last time I got it cut short was when I went to college in 2011, and I haven't gotten it cut short since. So yeah. So
I mean, obviously you get it trimmed.
Well, I mean, not nowadays, because I don't want to.
Nowadays. So that shit should be near your ankles.
Yeah.
Now who's the real cousin? It.
Well, your hair just stops growing after a certain point. And I mean, I'm sure
depending on your genes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll lose some hair eventually because I can already.
Why would your leg wear have an effect on your jeans?
So one thing about my hair right now is that I normally keep it somewhat in front of my face. If I push my hair back, I can see where my hairline is because my hair covers enough of my face that it has caused the tan of it to specifically mark out where my hairline is.
Oh no!
It's weird. It's very, very weird.
It's not weird. It's awful.
Yeah, it is awful.
Looks so awkward.
Yeah, but thankfully nobody ever sees it, so I'm good. It's not. It's thinning.
Gotta get the widow's peak first. Then suddenly that long hair is gonna be a bad idea.
Yeah. So, but thankfully though, it's fine. I don't. Neither of my dad hasn't really started losing his hair yet, and he's in his 50s. So I'll probably be okay.
I mean, genes work for different people because
Yeah.
my biological father still has a full head of hair.
I heard it has more to do with the males on your mother's side.
Oh, okay. I don't think many of them are
Bullshit.
really bald.
She still has hair.
Yeah, because women bald too is the thing.
No, it's more for a guy. What does your maternal grandfather's hair look like?
Oh, okay.
Is what I've heard.
My mom's grandfather.
No, your mom's dad.
My mom's dad.
All right.
Okay, well.
Well, here's something I never really thought I'd bring up or think about until now. But, I always heard the term male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
What is female pattern baldness?
So it is a real thing. Basically, you know how the male pattern baldness is the you start from the scalp and it moves back from your head. From what I remember, female pattern baldness, it's the hair's focused on whatever side their part's on, and then it kind of goes in from there. Hold on. There's a I'm gonna look up a female pattern baldness, because I'm sure there's like there's a
Because in every instance where I hear of a woman losing hair, it's not so much that they're getting spotty like males do. It's just that their hair thins.
yeah, their hair thins a lot more. Like
Yeah.
so, okay, actually, I was wrong. It like starts. So the men, it starts from the outside and goes inward on the head. For a female pattern baldness, it looks like it starts in the middle of the head and like starts to thin out, heading towards the outside. If that makes sense. So that's
the back
why
of the
it's
head.
less noticeable, because all the hair in front is the hair you still see. But yeah, it is a real thing. I guess it's just not ever brought up as much. I guess they just don't care as much about it. I don't know. There certainly aren't as many jokes about women going bald as there are men going bald. So there's that.
Well, why did you never donate your hair to me?
Well, I was going.
I don't want Ryan's hair because I don't like the idea of having pubes in my forehead. So.
Oh, come on. Listen, Ryan, your hair is definitely better than some other people's hair that I've seen.
I'm just bitter because I have no hair.
Yeah. I was gonna, if I ever get it cut short again, I'm gonna get it donated. But the thing is, I need to find a good charity to do it for, because apparently Locks for Love is actually bad, and I didn't know that. They like
Really? Why so?
apparently they don't like give the wigs that they're making away; they sell them, which is kind of a dick move. So,
to put it lightly.
yeah. So, yeah, I need to find a different charity if I ever get it cut, because I feel like if I am gonna get it cut, I might as well get it cut short. So, yeah, but that's not anything I'm planning on doing for a while, ladies. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Unless if you would prefer it short, ladies, please let me know. Please talk to me. I'm lonely. Also, man, that Captain Olimar, he sure is in trouble right now.
Charlie, he literally said he was asking for Captain Olimar's help. How could you possibly think that was Captain Olimar?
Absolutely, Captain Olimar is in so much trouble right now. We need to make.
How do either of your species survive?
They made it to both of them made it to space.
How?
Look, we just accept these things. Humans aren't particularly bright, and we made it to space.
You thought I said Olimar? No, I said, oh, Louis.
Mario. I was saying Boo Earns.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was... It took me a long time to realize that Alf and Louis were a pun on Olimar and Luigi.
I mean Mario and Luigi.
Did I say Olimar and Luigi?
Yeah, you said Olimar and Luigi.
Okay.
That was going to be the next RPG, but Alpha Dream went under.
Olimar and Luigi, Dream
Olimar and
Pikmin.
Luigi, Fruit Basket.
Oh, God. Do you think that they'll ever make another Mario and Luigi since Alpha Dream went
Not
under?
under Alpha Dream. Not under Alpha Dream. That'll be
I think
somebody
they
else.
might, if only because the outcry regarding Paper Mario is still very strong on wanting an RPG.
Yeah.
So I feel it'd be in their best interest to say, okay, we have an RPG series that we're not currently using because the developer went under. We need to do something with it just so they're not constantly angry at us.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that's fine. Just personally, as someone who doesn't care for Mario and Luigi, but really likes old Paper Mario, that's a little disappointing.
It's not a perfect fix, but at least it's an RPG series.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like a new team might be, as awful as it is that Alpha Dream went under, a new team might bring some fresh life into the series. Because from what I heard, Dream Team was only okay, and Paper Jam was bad, and I hear mixed things about both of the remakes on 3DS.
I mean, the remakes are fine because they're ultimately still good games. They're just not the best way to play the games.
Yeah, like I hear that Superstar Saga is a perfectly acceptable way to play
Yeah.
Superstar.
If you don't have a way to play Game Boy games, it's a perfectly fine way of playing the first game.
Yeah, but I do not hear anybody say anything good about the Bowser's Inside Story remake, especially considering that.
Why do you need to remake a game that's already playable on the system you're remaking it for?
I don't look. People really wanted those Wii Play control. Actually, I don't know how many people really wanted those Wii Play control games. Now that I'm thinking about it, the only games that I think that people were really excited for on Wii Play control, now that I'm thinking, is Pikmin 1 and 2, because those games were hard to get even back then. Like, they became easier to get because of the play control and then got hard to get again. Oh, crap.
You fool.
Everyone I love is dead. Oh, Christ.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, no, you won't. You already forgot their names.
Yeah.
Or Steve 1, Steve 2, Steve 3.
Hey, those were yellow Pikmin. Jeff 1, Jeff 2, Jeff 3.
Did we come up with names for Rock and Winged Pikmin?
They are Sue and Susan. I'm surprised I didn't reset after that happened.
That
was a lot of Pikmin.
Yeah. I normally reset after like 3 die, so I'm impressed at my willingness to keep going there. Yeah. Look, man, they have so many ghosts and they go like, and this game does a lot to make you feel bad for when these little fuckers die. I hurt more when these guys die than when somebody dies in Fire Emblem. Because in Fire Emblem, I'm like, oh god damn it, and I have to reset the whole mission because they're too valuable the units in that game are too valuable of a resource to let die.
I'm just, like, sort of on and off with the idea of permadeath.
It depends on the game.
If a game, yeah, it most certainly depends on the game, but if it has it at all, then I'm kind of like, oh, man, I don't know if I want to be doing this.
Yeah.
Like, I remember it started as early for me as Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Wait, Zombies Ate Your Neighbors has permadeath?
For the people you need to rescue.
Town people you rescue, yeah. They were not just points, but I think you needed to rescue a certain amount to even clear the level.
Yes.
And if too many died, you couldn't finish the stage, and that was it. It was game over.
And you had to start from the beginning?
Well, there's a password. There are stages, or there's a password system that you can choose to get right back to where you were. So.
Okay.
For me, it just kind of depends on how the game is structured. As long as there's some kind of rewind feature, at least even if it's in limited amounts, like Fire Emblem's been doing the last couple of games, then it's fine.
That was the best thing they added in Shadows over Valentia, was the ability to turn back time 2 turns.
Yeah, so it's like, if you have at least a way to undo a goof or RNG screwed you, you have at least a way to say, okay, I just rewind it so I don't have to redo the mission.
Yeah, I was going to say, without resorting to save scumming, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's a different feeling when you're save scumming something in order to not... Because I feel like most people don't like to save scum. Although, actually, I remember not being allowed to save scum was something that really, really annoyed me when I was playing Professor Layton. Because in that game, like, I felt like a lot of the puzzles were badly designed in such a way that I felt like I had to guess, but the game makes fun of you and you lose points every time you get a puzzle wrong. So I would just save scum, but the game makes you watch a recap every time you reset, so I just got really annoyed. Part of that, I guess, is also just my experience with Phoenix Wright, where when I play that game, every time that I need to answer everything, I save, and then if I get it wrong, I reset, because resetting in that game takes half a second. If you LR start select, it just sends you right back to the title screen, and it takes 10 seconds in order to get back to where you were, as opposed to 2 minutes.
The most terrifying thing for me when I was playing Sweet Home, like when I was getting ready to do the Resident Evil Marathon, was the idea of permadeath.
Oh, that's like, the RPG on...
Yeah, that was the RPG
NES game.
/ hard game that inspired the series, yeah.
Yeah.
That game is permadeath. If you lose somebody, the game continues on, and you have to go without them.
Oof.
And, like, no. I'm going to save scum.
Here you go.
Because that game gets impossible when people die.
Was that game released in English?
No.
No?
Never was.
So did you play a fan translation?
Yes.
Okay. I figured that was the case, but I figured I'd also ask.
If the game's never released in your territory, the company doesn't have a right to complain.
I mean, they can complain, but you know
They don't have a leg to. They don't have
They're
a leg
not
to.
going to. They probably even forgot that it was even a thing.
Yeah.
But no, because me personally, I like to at least have a copy of the game before I emulate it, like Japanese or otherwise. Like, but I could never find a Japanese copy of Sweet Home without paying a assload of money for it. So it's like, I don't care.
It's an NES game. No one cares.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think anybody's gonna care. Nobody cares.
Did Capcom make that game, or was it?
Yes.
It was Capcom.
Okay.
Capcom made a lot. Capcom made a lot of licensed games back in the NES era.
Well, I feel like back then they weren't as prolific as they were.
No, they
you know,
were.
even in the 90s. Well, I mean, yeah, they were prolific and successful, but this was before stuff like Street Fighter, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's how they made their money, basically. That and Konami. But Konami made so many damn licensed games they had to make 2 different publishing names just to release more games in the system.
Wait, they had to make different publishing names?
They were Konami, and they also made Ultra games because Nintendo had a limit on the amount of games you can publish for the NES
In a year, yeah.
That's
so they
dumb,
made
but okay.
Ultra games. So
Well,
that they
the
can-
idea was they didn't want to have another, Atari, Coleco, Vision situation where everyone just spams the market with shovelware of the cheapest shit they can make
Okay, then that
and just
okay, that
confuse
makes
customers.
sense.
So that was the idea.
All right.
Well, Konami was like, "Fuck that, we're gonna make another one." Just Konami 2.
Konami.
Konami Junior.
So you guys, Konami's always been about the money since the NES.
Yes.
Make no mistake.
Yeah, no, that makes a good amount of sense. Oh, am I leaving some Pikmin to die here?
Uh-oh.
Eh.
Yeah, because you're nowhere near the ship.
Yeah, no, yeah,
No,
but
there's still 4 he needs to get.
yeah, because I sent them to dig up the
The thing.
hidden
Oh.
ship part. over
Oh, well.
there. Well, not ship part. It was a suit part. I generally don't like to redo days in Pikmin. Well, because it's a pain in the ass. But I think I did redo this day like 4 times, and after a point, I was like, okay, fine, I'll just go. Yeah, there they
Just
are,
do
those
it.
little assholes.
They're wind people. They can fly. Just fly.
Look, they're scared. Okay,
Just go up.
no, you don't understand. It's hard. They have little tiny wings.
According to all known laws of
Oh,
aviation.
God damn it. I swear to Christ. Wing Pikmin movie. I hate that stupid movie, by the way. I've always hated the movie.
I still haven't seen it.
Well, you don't like Jerry Seinfeld?
No, not really, no.
I don't like Jerry Seinfeld voice actor.
We went to see it in the theaters, I remember. And I remember
Ouch.
walking out and thinking, God, that movie sucked. It's the first movie I can remember seeing in theaters and actively disliking. Because, you go to the movies when you're 8, 9, 10 years old. And
And you
most
kind
of
of
the time-
don't care.
Yeah, you kind of don't care because, you're at the movies. It's exciting. Popcorn, big screen. You're with your family or friends. That was, yeah, because I've seen a couple of different movies in theaters that, a lot of people would consider bad, like Spider-Man 3. I remember liking that one just fine. I still hold that Indiana Jones and Crystal Skull is as good as the other ones. So, there's that.
Well,
but,
we won't get on that because you only have a minute and 30 left.
yeah, I mean, you can be wrong if you want to, right? But yeah, no, B-Movie is the first movie I remember disliking in theaters. The movie after that, the next 2 movies after that were Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 1. And I guess it's good that Lewis isn't here for this because then we'd be on a 15-minute Harry Potter tangent at the end of the video. And The Lorax, which is a terrible movie and you shouldn't watch it. It's
The
like-
CG one?
The CG Lorax is legitimately awful. Like, one of the worst
First-
movies I've seen.
First movie I remember seeing in the theater and actively not liking is the 98 Godzilla movie. The
Oh,
American
you saw
one.
that in theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so did
wow.
I.
So you were like 8 years old when you saw
Yeah.
that then. Okay.
I mean,
that's
you like Jurassic Park, it's basically the same thing. At least it was trying to
I
pretend
remember just
to
not
be
thinking
that.
anything about that movie. Like, that was a movie that I had no reaction to whatsoever. Like, coming out, I was like, it was a movie? I was like, yeah, it was a movie.
I feel
don't know
like-
if I liked it.
kids would be bored of that movie before Godzilla even showed up.
Yeah, that was part of the problem.
Yeah.
The other is just that you'd already seen Jurassic Park and this looks worse.
I remember the only thing I liked about the movie was Jean Reno, because I was already a fan of The Professional at that time.
You'd already seen The Professional at that point?
Yes.
Why?
I played Mortal Kombat at the age of 5, man.
Why did your parents let you play Mortal Kombat at age 5?
Well, no, Mortal Kombat's one thing because it's all a pixelated mess back in those days. How did your parents let you watch The Professional at that
My
age?
parents they don't give a fuck, dude. Like, as long as it wasn't explicitly like sex and shit like that, they don't give it. Violence, fair game. Yeah, you can watch Goodfellas with us.
Okay.
We'll see you next time for Pikmin 3.
I think I'm okay.